Could India have leveraged its massive World War II contribution and Britain's weakened state after the war to negotiate independence on far better strategic terms? For example, more favorable borders, stronger defense guarantees, control of key ports, or was the partition and messy exit essentially unavoidable by 1945-47 given the political realities? See, it's like this. 1945, Britain is destroyed by the war. Okay? Britain is in shambles. It is in ruins because of the war, Second World War. It's ended. In India, there's no damage. We lost a couple of million soldiers fighting for the British, sure. But in 1947, in 1945, 46, the Indian Navy was the most powerful navy in Asia. The Indian Army, the British Indian Army, was the most powerful military force, land-based force in Asia. The Indian Air Force was the best air force in Asia. We had a few British officers who commanded millions of Indians. Now you're talking about negotiating independence. Negotiating means diplomatic talks. Now, if you have learned anything from me, you would have learned this, that diplomacy is war by other means. Diplomacy works when you have leverage. What leverage did India have on the British? The leverage was that we had the most powerful navy, military, and air force in Asia, owned and not owned, but operated by Indian military personnel, commanded by a handful of white guys. The leverage was that if we shot them all, we took everything. That was the leverage we had. My question is, was there any need to negotiate anything at all? All Mr. Gandhi had to do was to give a direct order to the Indian military personnel. Shoot all your British officers and take control. It would have taken less than a day for India to become independent. That's all it would have taken. There was no need to negotiate anything. Imagine the opportunity Mr. Gandhi had. Everybody would have obeyed him, right? People worshipped him as a Mahatma. All he had to do was say one thing: shoot them all. Shoot all your British commanding officers. Shoot them all. In hours, India would have been free, with the most powerful navy, military, and air force in Asia. Why do you need to negotiate anything when you have this? Why? You know how you enslave an elephant? You put the slave mentality in his head, right? So even when he is huge and massive and can crush you just like that, like an ant, he won't do it because he has got the slave mentality. How do circus trainers enslave lions? By whipping them from the time they were little cubs, so that even when they are huge and massive and monstrously powerful, they'll still act like frightened cats. That's the Indian slave mentality, which still exists today, by the way, which still exists. Why was there any need to negotiate anything? All Mr. Gandhi had to do was to issue the order, issue the command: serve your motherland, serve your nation, shoot all the white guys, shoot the British, shoot them all, take back your independence. It would have taken a matter of hours. Do you remember the 1946 naval mutiny? The Navy mutinied. The British lost control of the entire Indian Navy, bar 2-3 ships. And who ended the mutiny? Mr. Gandhi and Mr. Patel. That's why we are where we are today. Okay.